Billy Abshaw here. So I want to introduce you to one of my latest projects. It's called the Sergeant at Arms. Now, the Sergeant at Arms it's not a person, it's not a job, it's a platform. And so, before I go any further, I want to define the role of a Sergeant at Arms. It's an official of a legislative body whose duty it is to maintain order and security. Let me give you an example of a real world Sergeant at Arms as well. So the U.S. Congress has a Sergeant at Arms. But I've only ever seen him open and close their sessions. I've never seen him do anything in between there. My version of the Sergeant at Arms, I hope, will do everything in between there to speak to our elected officials. And since you brought up our elected officials, let's talk about them for a minute. So we have a new president who is a Republican. We have a Congress, the House of Representatives and the Senate, who is also the majority Republican. So that basically means our legislative branch and our executive branch is the majority Republican. This could call into question our system of checks and balances. I'm hopeful that the Sergeant of Arms will be in a position to question whether checks and balances are working efficiently and effectively. Now, the other question is, isn't that what the media is supposed to do? The media is supposed to question our elected officials and make sure that they're staying honest. Yes. But I think we all kind of learned from election 2016 that we can't really count on the media to do our business. They basically failed us during 2016. They asked a lot of questions that didn't have anything to do with the things we were interested in. They focused on things that were more ratings based. And they focused on ways to create celebrity status for themselves. And none of those things were important to the voters. There's also the problem of the fake news. And so the fake news is people who are inexperienced journalists who have hijacked the internet and just decided to put out incorrect and blatantly wrong information that is deceptive. And let me stop right there and give you full disclosure. My background is as a journalist. I've spent 25 years as a journalist, but I've also chosen to continue doing it as a person who doesn't focus on news and doesn't focus on partisan politics. The Sergeant at Arms is going to be about an unbiased look at our political process. Yes, it's going to be about politics, but it's going to be about nonpartisan politics. There's not going to be Democrat or Republican. They will both be questioned equally. So, having said all of that, the one thing that I want to be sure we kind of understand is I don't want you to think of the Sergeant at Arms as me. I want you to think of the Sergeant at Arms as a platform for you to ask questions or to even question our elected officials. It's a way to do the business of the voters and the consumers of the United States of America. We have a president who loves to tweet. The Sergeant at Arms will be right there tweeting with him. And I now have this YouTube channel, and so the Sergeant at Arms will be right here speaking to you through this YouTube channel as well. So we will see you on Twitter, and we will see you right here on this YouTube channel.